Recording in progress.
Oh, mics are sensitive. Okay. All right. Call to order. Good evening. The April 7th regular board meeting is being recorded. Anyone wishing to observe the meeting may do so via AVUHSD's YouTube channel. Individuals may take photographs or record meetings, provided the individual's conduct does not constitute a disruption, including obstructing the view of others. Roll call. Trustee Mann. Present. Trustee Hernandez.
Present.
Trustee Hughes.
Present.
Student trustee Rayana is not here yet. Trustee Sanchez will not be here this evening. I am here, Carla Corona. All right, closed session. Are there any comments from the public on closed session items?
We don't have any comments for closed session this afternoon.
Thank you. The Board of Trustees will go into closed session and reconvene the regular board meeting at 7 p.m.
Welcome to the Antelope Valley Union High School District Board of Trustees meeting. This board meeting is being recorded. Anyone wishing to observe the meeting may do so via AVUHSD's YouTube channel. Individuals may take photographs or record meetings provided the individual's conduct does not constitute a disruption, including obstructing the views of others. Those wishing to address items on the agenda and matters that are not on the agenda but within the jurisdiction of the AVUHSD board shall do so in person, complete a speaker form, and give it to the designee before the public comment portion of the meeting. The speaker form must be given to Ms. Orozco before the board president announces the item. Once the item has been called, we will no longer accept new cards. Ms. Orozco will call the individual's name to come up to the podium to provide their comments. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. A total time for public input on each item shall be limited to 20 minutes. Non-agendized items are limited to a total allotment of 20 minutes. Only one person is permitted to stand at the podium at a time. No speaker may relinquish a time allotment to another speaker. The district encourages members of the public to attend board meetings and to address the board concerning any item on the agenda or within the board's jurisdiction. The board does not prohibit public criticism of its policies, procedures, programs, services, acts, or omissions. Similarly, the board does not prohibit public criticism of district employees. Speakers are cautioned that no person is immune from liability for making intentionally false or defamatory comments simply because those comments are made at a public meeting. Attendees are also reminded of the board's civility policy, Policy 1313. This civility policy requires that members of the district staff will treat parents and other members of the public with respect and expect the same in return. The district is committed to maintaining disruption-free board meetings. The board will not permit any disturbance or willful interruption of its board meetings. Persistent disruption by an individual or group are grounds to terminate the privilege of addressing the board. Persistent disruption by an individual shall be grounds for the board president to terminate the individual's privilege to address the board. The district promotes mutual respect, civility, and orderly conduct among district board members, district employees, parents, and the public. The district seeks public cooperation with this endeavor.
Presentation of colors, Lancaster High School JROTC. Please stand. Mr. Hughes, would you lead us in the pledge?
Hand over your heart. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Lancaster High School JROTC. Next is PINCO meeting. A, public comments from the floor for PINCO items. Are there any comments from the public on PINCO items?
We don't have any comments for PINCO.
Thank you. The approved contract agreement for PINCO's financial auditing services with E.D. Bailey LLP. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the contract with E.D. Bailey LLP for auditing services as presented. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, seeing none, motion passes. C, approve resolution number 2025-2635, certification of signatures PINCO. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution number 2025-2635, certification certification of signatures PINCO. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second? Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. D, purchase order schedule PINCO. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve and authorize the purchases outlined on the attached schedule. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. All right, 5, reconvene the regular board meeting. 6, recognition reports, public comments. A, Quartz Hill High School girls varsity soccer state champions. Mr. Nehan.
So tonight we honor California State Champion Division III Quartz Hill Girls Soccer. Ladies, if I could ask you guys all to come up front in this big open area and face the audience, and I got some nice things to say about you. The 2026 Quartz Hill High School girls soccer team captured both the CIF Southern Section Division III and the CIF State Division III championships. The dominating playoff run saw the Royals run through the state playoffs without surrendering a single goal. Clap for that. Could I ask the goalie, just raise your hand real quick?
Where are the goalies? The goalies?
Goalie? Uh-oh, hi, raise that high. The Royals championship run began on February 28th with a 4-0 victory over Crescenta Valley High School to capture the CIF Southern Section Division III title. Advancing to the state tournament, the Royals shut out El Diamante High School 2-0, Del Norte High School 1-0, Long Beach Milliken High School 1-0 in the opening regional semifinal and regional final rounds. The team then capped their perfect playoff run on March 14th with a 2-0 victory over Salinas High School in the state final. Girls, we could not be more proud of you.
We're going to take a photo, if you don't mind. All right, next up, ICC Student Representatives, Eastside High School. Miss Embarque is not here, so welcome, Eastside High School.
Good evening, Board and Cabinet. We're the IC representatives for Eastside High School. My name is Aiden Alva, and I'm Eastside's ASB Treasurer, as well as Senior Class Media Ambassador and Treasurer for Highlands EMC program. Tonight, we would like to highlight our recent musical, Chicago. Chicago, the teen version, was a musical that was presented by the Performing Arts Department of Eastside High School. It was funded with a allocation of the special Prop 28 fund, and it took place over 3 nights from the course of March 11th through the 13th. We'd like to highlight this musical tonight to showcase the collective efforts that happen between all the talented groups that function out of performing arts high schools such as Eastside.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Arturo Ramirez. I'm Eastside's ASB's Vice President, who is also involved in the Biomedical Academy, Sports Medicine, and HOSA. Today I'll be talking about the involvement of our school's dance program in our recent production of Chicago. Even though it is still growing, the company has already made a strong impact in our performing arts program. For this production, the dancers worked incredibly hard for over a month and a half to prepare. For the 20-plus dancers led by the advisor, Ms. Jess, the process required commitment, discipline, and teamwork. Throughout rehearsals, the dancers focused on learning choreography, building stage presence, and working closely with the rest of the cast and crew. The role was essential in bringing energy, style, and authenticity to the production. By the end of the process, all their hard work had paid off. Performance was a success, and they played a major role in making the show engaging and memorable for the audience.
Good evening, board members. My name is Marcia Perez, and I am the Secretary of Eastside's ASB, as well as Los Leones' president. Today, I would like to showcase Eastside's orchestra. As the musical required live music, Eastside's From the Balcony got our very own orchestra to play Chicago's original soundtrack. Conducted by Mr. Hickson, 17 students started to practice individually, then moving on to as a team to perform 34 songs over the span of 2 hours. Students then got to perfect their performance through the process of repetition and listening in cues to match the scenes. One student I got to interview in orchestra mentioned that students had to say all throughout the creative process as he brought up the idea to make up original sound effects during the scene. With this, Eastside's orchestra got to play an important role in this year's musical Chicago. My personal favorite part was the very first piece, which was All That Jazz, where they ended up with a significant impact, which kind of gave me excitement to see the rest of the show. Thank you.
Good evening, board. My name is Haley Mena. I am the 5th officer of Eastside's Board of Control, president of the National Art Honor Society, and an ASB member. Today I wish to highlight Eastside's choir program, specifically their part in the Chicago play. Choir was encouraged to join as a way to guide ensemble and the other cast members in the musical. Mr. Azucena, the vocal director, led rehearsals in which the cast learned music, incorporating the choreography of the musical as the time went on. One choir student that I interviewed said that the singing aspect was a new experience than what they were used to because they had to learn movement and dance alongside it. The choir students were also able to assist other cast members that needed help with learning their songs, even being able to lead vocal warm-ups. Overall, there were 20 choir students in ensemble, all of which worked for over 10 weeks to learn 17 different songs. Choir, in their efforts, played a big role in the making of the musical that really highlights Eastside High School as a performing arts school. Personally, my favorite part of the play was when the cast performed Cell Block Tango. I think the stage looked amazing and the actors and technicians did incredible.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Emily Barca, and I'm ASB President of Eastside. I'm also the Secretary of the National Art Honor Society. Today, I'd like to highlight the important role of Eastside Stagecraft in the musical Chicago. There's about 30 students in Ms. Gillison's Stagecraft class, and it took several weeks of hard work to build the set, including the platforms, stairs, jail cells, round tables, and the 24-foot Chicago sign. They also painted the entire set and created and managed the prop table backstage, did the makeup for performers, managed costumes backstage, and managed mics. Students handle all tech, including boards and lights. Our students are the stage managers during the rehearsal process and call the show. They run all the front of the house and as our ushering team. directing audience members to their seats, handling late seating, and upholding the cell phone policy. They do it all. The Stagecraft's motto at Eastside has always been theater for students by students, and they run their backstage crew professionally by giving the students creative control of the show. Personally, my favorite moment of the show was watching the number they both reached for the gun. It was impressive to see how my peers were able to sing, act, and dance all at the same time. Thank you.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Gil Carrasco. I'm a member of ASB, Eastside's Advanced Theater Club, and Film Pathway. I had the pleasure of being cast in a lead role in the musical Chicago as Billy Flynn and experiencing this project firsthand. This was a tough project for me to work on, as being only an actor I had to learn to sing and dance, all while learning and memorizing my lines before a certain date. Our director, Ms. Pruitt, was amazing in helping us make creative choices and keeping her patience with us. We had to invest ourselves in the story and understand not only our own characters and motives, but those of others as well. With such a huge cast and crew, we gained such a deep bond and close connection with one another. This was not only a fun event, but a learning experience. We learned to collaborate with people from all the different clubs involved, and this made me appreciate every bit of art that is put into making something like this even possible. My personal favorite part about working on the show was when I had to face my fear and sing on stage for the first time during my first number, All I Care About Is Love. This would not have been possible if we didn't have each other. This concludes our presentation. Thank you. Are there any questions that we could answer for you?
Yes, thank you. Ms. Mann, any comments, questions?
No questions, comments I love the beautiful costumes, the choreography, the willingness and ableness of you all working as a team, bringing in the music, bringing in the acting, it's amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for setting a good example.
Thank you.
Mrs. Hernandez?
Gil, so this was your first time on stage, you said?
Oh, not my first time on stage, but my first time singing and dancing on stage.
So you have experience in performing.
Yes.
Have you done other plays in the school?
Yes, I've been in theater since my freshman year, and now I'm a senior.
Awesome. And I had the opportunity to see the theater and the new lights and the pits. I can only imagine what it must have seen. I'm sorry I missed it. But thank you for everything you did. I mean, you said I couldn't even keep track of the collaboration of all the groups. I was trying to keep track. I heard choir, stagecraft, the musicians, the dancers. So how many weeks did you practice?
We started our rehearsal from January all the way up until the very last day before the show. So
how many times a week?
Every day a week.
I just think that the skills that you learned in this presentation isn't just about collaboration and leadership and dedication. I mean, this experience is going to go way beyond the stage for you. And thank you for sharing this presentation. I was watching it, the slides, but I really felt like I was there. Thank you all for doing such a great job in presenting this to us today.
Of course, thank you.
Mr. Hughes?
It looked great. Seniors, how many seniors do I have? All right. What are you guys doing? I'm interested. After this, you're getting ready to go, right? I mean, was it April going into May?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get into social work after this, so yeah.
All right. Awesome.
I'm planning to go to college and study biology.
Oh, what do you want to do after that?
Do research in a hospital.
Okay, cool. Next.
I'm planning to go to Cal State LA to get a BA in business so that I can go work for places like Northrop or Lockheed.
Perfect. Awesome.
Marine Corps, sir.
Semper Fidelis.
I'm planning on attending college to be a radiologist nurse.
Awesome. Congratulations. Good job.
Wait. I'm not done yet.
You're the president.
I'm the president. I get the last word. Come back closer. So I did see this, and Billy Flynn, you had white hair in the show, or like a little bit of streaking. That's your stage makeup, right? Awesome. Yeah, it was amazing. The performance, and in case you didn't know already, I'm a theater arts professor as well as musical theater is what I got my start in. And so musicals, I love them, and all of the work you all did from the teachers, all of your teachers from all areas I know worked so hard to get to that final product. So I hope you all have given them the biggest gratitude hug you can, or shake of the hand, or bump, whatever you gotta do. And I just hope that the district continues to see these full productions of musicals. I know they do take a lot of work though, so we need to make sure we leverage all of that.
She's being a little coy. She really has pushed for arts in this district. Trust me, she is like the queen of arts.
I mean,
and
I
ensuring
love
that
it.
you guys have everything you need. So I will brag about her.
Oh, thank you.
So,
But
Madam
it
President.
was great, and it made me miss the stage. So keep doing what you're doing, and all the best. And thank you for bringing this as the highlight for Eastside High School.
I have a great idea. Great. You think she could be in the next play that we
A cameo.
I
Can you
thought you were
imagine?
gonna ask Gil to sing. I go, yes.
Oh yeah, do you want to sing? I can
You have to
audition.
audition.
I'll have to audition. Thank you, Eastside High School, and thank you to your principal and all the teachers that work with you.
Thank you.
Can you imagine? All right. See Parent Institute.
One more time for me.
Oh yes, thank you, Corto. And
Thank you.
Eastside. All right. See Parent Institute for Quality Education (PK) presentation. Dr. Grado.
Yes, thank you. I'm here to introduce the PK program is Dr. Slater Sanchez.
Good evening.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board and cabinet. Tonight, I'm excited to introduce Anna Cervantes. She is Deputy Director of PK, which stands for Parent Institute for Quality Education. We've been partnering with PK over the past 4 years, and their work has made a meaningful impact on supporting and empowering families in our school district. So Anna is here to share more about the PK program and the opportunities that it provides for our community. Anna?
Hello, good evening. Well, PIQUE, we've been established since 1987. Our Ali PIQUE office has started programming since 1992. We have worked with Antelope Valley High School District since 2022 consecutively, and through that, we have supported a number of schools here on your sites. Now, through our next slide, we do have our mission and impact, and I just want to emphasize that our mission is to, thank you so much, to empower parents, provide them with resources and skills to ensure that we transform and improve parents' learning or families' learning and ensure that they support their students' academic potential to their full extent. Now, through our vision, we do this to ensure social equity. We believe that education is essentially mobile and supports families. We have essentially provided 138 school districts with support. Through that, we graduated more than 37,000 families, and we continue our work and establish through different districts, including Antelope Valley High School District. Now, I do want to ensure that I emphasize that we are a data-based research programming, so we do have a curriculum and research department. They do update consecutively our programming to ensure that we are up to date with all academic information and resources available. Now here, what we have done 3 programs throughout the year. We have done our family engagement workshop. This is open to all parents from grades 9 through 12, including our alternative site schools. Next, we have our social emotional learning program. This targets essentially here our 9 and 10 grade families. And lastly, our Bridge to College program, which targets 11 and 12 grade families. Now, through this, I want to go ahead and additionally ensure that I do promote that we ensure that we have a successful program through 4 factors. The first one is having a logistics meeting with our school contact as well as our administrators, ensure that we are on the same page of what we are going to be providing information on. Second, we ensure that we do all the legwork with outreach. We contact the parents with personal phone calls, texts, emails as well, and we do weekly reminders.
Our next one, our third one, is we provide the flyer. So through that flyer, we ensure that we provide an RSVP link for parents to enroll. We also provide with Zoom support for our Zoom workshops, and we also support with location for our in-persons. Now, lastly, and part of our success as well has been through motivating the parents on a weekly basis, and through our workshop, we ensure that we have an orientation providing parents with information of who we are to ensure a successful partnership. Second, we do classes 1 through 5 for our first two programs that you're seeing here. And lastly, we do a graduation to ensure that parents are celebrated for investing that time in their students' education and future. And moving on, what is the impact that we have done here at this amazing school district? We have already 274 graduates since year 2022 to 2023. We have 834 graduates from years 2023 to 2024, and 897 graduates from years 2024 to 2025. Now, currently, we are running some programming, so we are at 626 graduates from 2025 of summer until our present time, and we are hoping to boost those numbers up and impacting your families here. And with that said, we have amazing families that we impacted through our pre-care workshops. Our first speaker is Patricia Mondragon. She is a parent graduate from William J.P. Knight High School. And moving forward with our second speaker here today, on behalf of Theodora Rangel, which is a parent graduate from Little Rock, we have Ms. Jackie Burgos, a facilitator and a parent that has graduated through William J.P. Knight as well. Thank you.
The greatest gift we can give our children is not just support, but the example of never stopping learning ourselves. Good evening, my name is Patricia Mondragon. My husband Nilo and I have 3 children. Our oldest daughter, Diana, who is 23, Valerie, who is 19, and our youngest, Joel, who is 10. We have lived in Antelope Valley since 2005. The first time I took PK workshop was around 2018, when my oldest daughter was getting ready to graduate from Penn Knight High School. I have continued participating in PK over the years, and most recently as my second daughter prepared to graduate from the same school. I have also taken other workshops through the Kepa Union School District, where my youngest son is currently in 4th grade. Altogether, I have taken over 7 PK workshops so far. First, I want to thank everyone here today, our leaders of Antelope Valley Union High School District, our board members, staff, and the entire community for being here, and thank you, PK, for inviting me to present parents and share my experience with PK. So, why did I decide to join the program? When my oldest daughter was close to graduating, she asked us something that really made us think. How much have you saved for my college? Because I want to go to a good university, she said. Like many parents, we always told our kids we want them to go to college. But time went by so fast and never really made a plan. In our family, no one had gone to college before, so honestly, we didn't know where to start. Then one day, the school sent home a flyer about PK program for parents, Bridge to College. I decided to go, and that's where everything changed, impacting our entire family in a very positive way. We found hope. I learned that college was possible for our children, and that there are so many resources available, such as financial aid, scholarships, counselors, and programs to guide them. That experience opened a door for us. When my daughter saw that I was getting involved and I truly care about her future, it made a big difference. I shared everything I learned with her, and she began taking action too, especially when it was time to apply for FAFSA, Call Grant, and scholarships. That moment pushed me to take action as a mother to find a solution and support my daughter so she wouldn't give up. I realized there was a lot of missing information around us. Many people said college was too expensive or almost impossible, especially for Hispanic families. And honestly, I almost believe it. but PK helped me to see a different reality. My daughter was accepted to UC Berkeley in 2020, and she graduated in 2024 with 3 majors. About 95% of her education was covered through scholarships. Now she's preparing to apply to law school because she wants to become a lawyer. My second daughter just followed her example. She worked hard, was accepted into several universities, and chose to attend to UC Berkeley as well. She is now in her second year, doing an amazing job, and has also received multiple scholarships. Before PK, I truly thought college might be out of reach of our children because we didn't have the money or role models to guide us. But through this program, I learned that there are opportunities to get informed and making a plan together with our children and their counselors. I want to share that PK has helped me grow, not just as a parent, but as a person. I've learned how to be more involved, how to communicate better with my family. We learn about social emotional learning and even about personal finances. The last class I took was just this last February. I want to encourage all the parents here and the school district to continue supporting programs like this. They are so important. As parents, we need to stay informed and involved so we can support our students and help them to reach their dreams. That's how we build stronger families, stronger communities, and a better future. Programs like PK don't just support students, they transform entire families. When you invest in parents, you are investing in our student success, college access, and stronger communities. My family is proof that this program works. And lastly, I want to tell my children, Diana, Valerie, and Joel, your dad and I love you just the way you are, and we are so proud of you. As your mom, I will always do my best to support you and help you succeed. I will keep learning and grow because I know you may only listen to 20% what I say, but you will follow 80% of what you see me do. I truly believe that together, as a family and with the support of teachers and Antelope Valley Union High School District and counselors, we will continue finding the best path forward. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Jacqueline Burgos. I represent Teodora Rangel. I read her speech in Spanish first and before translate for us. Thank you. Buenas tardes, honorable comité. Mi nombre es Teodora Rangel. Soy de Tepexi de Rodríguez, Puebla. Estoy casada y tengo 5 hijos, 4 niñas y un niño. Me siento muy feliz y afortunada de haber participado y tomado las clases de pique en 2 ocasiones en Little Rock High School. Quiero dar muchas gracias al distrito, al director, a las facilitadoras y en general a todas las personas que hacen posible estos recursos para nosotros, los padres de familia. Es muy importante que tengamos programas como este. Participar en pique me ha ayudado a ser una mejor versión de mí misma, a sentirme mejor. Puedo hacer un mejor trabajo para mi familia y mi comunidad, creando un mejor entorno para mis hijos y futuros nietos. También me ha ayudado a valorar el esfuerzo que hacen mis hijos para estudiar y apoyarlos en su meta de llegar a la universidad, algo que antes no creía posible. Después de asistir a las clases de pique, mi forma de pensar cambió. Ahora entiendo la gran diferencia que hace la educación y quiero que mis hijos tengan más oportunidades y una mejor calidad de vida. Para mí, es muy importante que mis hijos vean que me interesa estar presente y seguir aprendiendo para poder guiarlos en su camino, en su carrera llamada vida. Gracias al programa he ganado grandes amistades, he colaborado con mi comunidad y he conocido a personas maravillosas. Me siento muy feliz de poder participar y aprender técnicas que me ayudan a tener una mejor relación con mis hijos y fortalecer la disciplina en mi vida. Muchas gracias al distrito, al director y a las facilitadoras por su apoyo, incluso frente a los retos que enfrentamos como padres. Antes de Pique, no siempre me sentía segura guiando a mis hijos en su educación. Ahora sí. Este programa me ha dado las herramientas, la confianza y la esperanza para apoyar a los sueños de mis hijos. Por eso, programas como Pique son tan importantes para familias como la mía. Esto es todo de mi parte. Muchas gracias a todos y que tengan una excelente noche.
On behalf of Theodora Rangel, good evening. I am from Tepic de Rodriguez, Puebla. I'm married and have 5 children, 4 girls and 1 boy. I feel happy and fortunate to have participated and taken Pique classes on 2 occasions in Little Rock High School. I would like to thank the district, the principal, the facilitators, and in general, everyone who makes these resources possible for us parents. It is very important that we have programs like this. Participating in Pique has helped me become a better version of myself. By feeling better, I'm able to do a better job with my family, my community, creating a better environment for my children and future grandchildren. It has also helped me value the effort in my children and their studies, and to support them in their goal in going to college, something I didn't think was possible before. After attending Pique classes, my way of thinking changed. Now I understand the great difference that education makes, and I want my children to have more opportunities and a better quality of life. For me, it is very important that my children see that I care about being present and continue to learn, so that I can guide them and put them on the right path, their journey in their career called life. Thanks to the program, I have gained great relationships, collaborated with my community, and met wonderful people. I feel very happy to be able to participate and learn techniques that help me build a better relationship with my children and strengthen discipline in their life and my life. Many thanks to the district, the principal, and the facilitators for their support, even in the face of the challenges we encounter as parents. Before Pique, I did not always feel confident guiding my children in their education. Now I do. This program has given me the tools, the confidence, and the hope to support my children's dreams. That is why programs like Pique are so important to families like mine. Thank you all. That's all for me. Thank you very much. Thank you for your commitment to our families.
Any questions that we can answer?
Any questions? Great. That was amazing. Thank you very, very much. Muchísimas gracias.
Except for she went to Berkeley too, just saying.
Yeah, so the first story, I was feeling this so much because I also am the first in my family to go to college. My parents didn't know. I asked the same question, how are we going to pay? There was no money. There was no plan. But with help, a dream, I applied and I got in. So I'm Go Bears, class of 99. So thank you. PK's great. It was beautiful. Thank you, parent, mother.
Thank you.
Thank you to the parents too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, next up is discussion. The Usher program, Mr. Nehan.
If it's okay, I can hand this back to you.
Yes. So, board, I wanted to bring this forth as a discussion item, and I wanted to be prepared, so I'm going to probably read a little bit of what I wrote here. The purpose of this discussion is with the consensus of the board to direct Superintendent Nehan to establish district-wide standard for student leadership and audience experience at AVUHSD's performing arts and event spaces. So this would include Little Rock, Highland, Eastside, Lancaster, and Knight high schools. This would be a program to uplift the community and audience experience while developing student leadership, professionalism, and real-world skills in live event production and hospitality. In addition, provide opportunity for a part-time job, paid or unpaid, for students, alum, college students, and any interested community members. The one thing we put it as Usher program, but I think Usher program would not be the correct title because Ushers feel it's task-based. And I'm really looking at having more of a system created within the district. So it would not be called the Usher program. What? I mean, they are ushers, but oh, the singer. Oh, Mr. Hughes. We could recommend a program title, front of house team, and then the role itself would be the front of house assistant. And just so everyone knows why this was important to me, so I always think anything we bring is, the why. And I can see where this sort of job can lead to a ladder climb. And without reading all of this, my fellow board, you can see my personal story on here. But ultimately, the district spaces, I believe, should be a place of responsible behavior and school pride, specifically within the performing arts and event spaces. And the audience experience does equal a perception of our schools. I went to Eastside High School, and I will leave it at that. The front of house team could improve event organization, reduce any risk, maximize existing facilities, and really about creating a baseline standard and consistency for all of the 5 performing arts and event spaces, ensuring that every community gets a quality experience at each space they visit. And one key thing is to prevent schools from depending solely on a few strong teachers to provide volunteer ushers. And I think that could be something that Mr. Nehan, you find out, because my understanding is that it's like one teacher that would provide students to be the ushers at certain sites. But ultimately, it would be great to give them support. I saw the stress, the extra stress going on at several events that I've been to I've been to a lot of events in 3 years, and we just needed to move on this.
But Ms. Corona, it's kind of like at theaters and stuff, that you pretty much have ushers. I mean, my experience could be in any plays or anything like that I've attended. You've had people directing you and telling you to be quiet, usually me telling me to quiet.
Right, and it's really about the space itself. So it wouldn't just be for the performing arts events, it would be for any event that we have, because walking into our beautiful spaces and seeing feet on the chairs, coffee and soda and eating and pictures, it is not allowing and uplifting our performing arts spaces
Mr.
in
Nehan,
general.
you understand what she wants?
Yeah, and we'll have to have more discussion as I learn more about the particulars of this, but I
Something you could put together, though, correct?
it's something that myself along with staff can put together. Yeah.
Perfect, okay.
Yeah, and just for the function, obviously, there's responsibilities that you can all read here, and then Mr. Nehan could furthermore. And then the framework, I mean, I'm really envisioning, we just hired a technical theater director after many years of this desire for our spaces. And so potentially, with Mr. Nehan's leadership, they would be under the supervision of this technical theater director. And it would include anybody within this program. But I want to be very clear that these individuals do not replace key personnel such as security, teachers, principals, etc. Really, this program is about helping build a system, and it's not just about task-based.
I'm ready to give that direction.
Okay, so the questions are there, Mr. Nehan. I worked really hard on this, everybody, on Easter Sunday, by the way. But I would
And I'm
like
just
to
cutting you short, say, Mr. Nehan, make it happen.
Make it happen, Mr. Nehan, with the consensus of the board.
Yes.
Okay, and we would like this to be implemented by August 1st. No, it's just discussion, direction, with consensus. Okay, great, thank you. And then next up is dress code. Mr. Nehan.
So we've had some conversation about dress code in the last few weeks. What you have in front of you is a modified version or an updated version, and there's no change to the policy. There was a change to the AR, and all it will now read, any clothing may not be see-through, and abdomen and midriff must be covered at all times. So if the board would like to have any discussion, it's on the agenda for approval, but this would be implemented starting July 1.
Seems reasonable to me.
It definitely seems reasonable to me as well. Great. All right. F, teacher and staff conferences.
Do we have to vote on that?
No, it's just discussion. Well, we will vote on it later in the agenda as an action item. Next up is F, teacher and staff conferences, Mr. Meehan.
So again, we've been having, this has been an ongoing dialogue between Ms. Corona and myself for the past couple of years. But after COVID, we wanted to get our teachers out, our teachers and our leadership and our counseling staff out and to re-examine how we can be the best at educating students. And we had an influx of money. We had plenty of opportunities, and it's time to tighten that up. And so what you have before you is just some ideas around limiting or reducing the number of staff that are going to conferences and the number of conferences that staff are attending for each individual. And so, Ms. Corona, if you want to pick it up.
Yeah, and really this has always been about maximizing instructional time for our students. And again, I want to be very clear, this is not about limiting opportunity. It's about creating consistency, protecting the instructional time, and ensuring that we are using all of our resources strategically, as that is our role as a board. What we were talking about is limit of 8 per conference or seminar district-wide. That felt reasonable to both Mr. Meehan and I and the board. I await your comments. There may be exceptions granted, of course, because of grant and restricted funding, program compliance, if a student participation requires supervision ratios, if there's something high impact. Also during summer and any school breaks or the district office staff, there would be potential case-by-case exceptions. So I guess I would ask the board, does this appropriately balance, in your opinion, instructional priorities and the flexibility with our fiscal oversight?
Mr. Neon, can you work within the confines of this discussion?
Absolutely, and Ms. Corona and I have had several discussions about this. I think that this meets our needs. It does reduce the amount of time out of class, but it allows us at the district level flexibility, and we'll put together a system to make sure that the 1 per semester is being met, and then monitoring the number of individuals attending each particular conference, and keeping it to 8 unless there's a compelling reason to have more than 8.
And you have the ability to have an exemption if we need to put.
Exactly. Yeah. That latitude is important for us.
I mean, if there's students involved, we have to. Okay.
Yeah, and really the substitute teacher coverage. You know, if we have subs in every single day while one teacher is gone at a conference Monday to Wednesday and then goes to another conference Wednesday to Friday, which we had recently, there's no one, you know, in that classroom. So it's time to move on this. So that's why I'm asking for your consensus, board.
I'm good.
All right. Thank you. G, Quarterly Williams Complaints Report Summary, January 1, 2026 to March 31, 2026. Chandler Williams is not here, so Mr. Nehan?
Tonight I'll be playing the part of Chandler Williams.
Yes. Tonight, Mr.
We have
Nehan
0
will be playing
complaints.
the part of Chandler Williams. 0 complaints. Thank you. All right, H, Antelope Valley Schools Transportation AVST Report Update, Mr. Vensko.
Be playing the part of Mr. Vensko.
Nice.
Nothing to report tonight, but as I always like to say, thank you to our staff at ABSTA, the bus drivers, the riders, for getting our students to school on time and safely. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you. All right, I from ABTA, Mr. Millings. Welcome. Good evening.
Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Yesterday, ABTA and the district reached a settlement for the 26-27 school year, the details of which I assume have already been shared with this governing board. ABTA would like to thank Mrs. Ramos and her bargaining team for their willingness to reach a settlement that is both fair and reasonable prior to the start of next school year. Excluding the COVID year in which we settled at status quo, this has been the first time in 20 years in which a settlement has been reached prior to the start of the following school year, a testament to the ongoing positive labor management relationship that continues to exist in this district. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Mr. Mullings. From J, from CSEA, Cynthia Hausman. And yes, my understanding is she's not here this evening. Great. K, public comments from the floor for agendized items. Are there any comments from the public on agendized items?
I do not have any comments for agendized items.
Great. L, public comments from the floor for non-agendized items. Are there any comments from the public for non-agendized items?
I do not have any comments this evening.
All right, it's getting boring, people. It's running too efficiently. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start some excitement.
No, it's okay.
We're
good, Charlie.
Yeah, this is good. 7, educational services action items. A, public hearing on admissions, preferences, and action on request for approval of charter for iLead, Flex Charter, and adopt resolution number 2025-2634. Introductory statement. The Antelope Valley Union High School District Governing Board has before it an action item on the request for approval of a charter petition for the proposed iLead Flex Charter School to be operated within the geographic boundaries of the AVUHSD. The board will also consider the admission preferences set forth in the charter as part of today's hearing. Pursuant to Education Code Section 47605B, on March 31st, 2026, the district published the district staff's recommendations, including the recommended findings regarding the iLead Flex Charter School petition. At tonight's meeting, the iLead Flex Charter School petitioners will have equivalent time and procedures to present evidence and testimony to respond to the district staff's recommendations and findings. This action will proceed as follows. First, district staff will be given up to 10 minutes to make a presentation regarding their recommendations and recommended findings. Second, iLead Flex Charter School will be given up to 10 minutes to make a presentation regarding the iLead Flex Charter School petition, including responses to the district staff's recommendations and recommended findings. Third, the board will hear public comments. Speakers will be limited to 3 minutes each. Speakers will direct their comments to the board and are urged to avoid repeating points made by previous speakers. Fourth, board members may ask clarifying questions to staff and or iLead Flex Charter School. Thereafter, I will entertain a motion on iLead Flex Charter School's request that the district board approve the charter petition for the proposed iLead Flex Charter School. 1. Do I read all this, Mr. Nihan? All right. Staff presentation. At this time, I call upon Superintendent Nihan to introduce staff and legal counsel.
And I'll turn this over to Dr. Grado.
Thank you, Madam President and members of the board. We've been working collaboratively with the petitioners, and they present a sound educational program. We're recommending approval with conditions. Legal counsel Suki Aliwalia is here to answer any questions you may have.
See, now it's gonna get exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome.
Good evening. With conditions.
Good evening, everyone. So, as Dr. Grado indicated to you, we've been looking at the charter petition that was submitted by iLead, as well as all the appendices that they submitted. We've also been in discussions and conversations with them. The staff's recommendation is to approve this with conditions. As you know, the charter petition is the contractual agreement between the district and the charter school, and we like to have as much of that refined, combed through, et cetera, before bringing it to you for action. However, there are instances in which we just can't get everything done. And one of those instances, for example, in this particular one, is that iLead does not currently have a facility within the boundaries of the district, and they're required to have a facility within the boundaries. So one of the conditions is that they will have a facility, get the occupancy permits, get all of that, and have it to you before the start of the school year. Additionally, for example, they hope to be a member of a SELPA, for purposes of providing services to special ed students. However, if they're not able to do that prior to the commencement of instruction, then the district and the charter need to enter into a special ed MOU. Nevertheless, our recommendation is to approve this with conditions. We feel that based on our communications with their legal counsel as well as their representatives, that they will meet the conditions in the time frames that's set forth in the resolution.
Thank you. Petitioners.
Wait,
Oh,
as
oh,
always,
sorry.
we have great legal counsel.
This is not the time though for questions, correct? Oh, okay. No, very clear. Okay. All right, to petitioner's presentation. Does iLead Flex Charter School wish to make a presentation or respond to the district staff's recommendations and recommended findings? Who will be, if so, who will be speaking?
Good evening, I'm Amanda Fisher. I'm the CEO of iLead. And I just want to thank you. It's been a very collaborative process and it's been a great partnership, and I hope we continue this great partnership moving forward to serve the Antelope Valley and its kids. As far as finding goes, I think we've come to, we will have a facility. We're just waiting for approval so we can solidify that. Insurance, we've already worked with our insurance to make sure we have all of the criteria that you need. SELPA, we're ready for the SELPA as soon as, again, as we get approved from you. So everything we're ready for. The only thing in the findings that I had a little bit of concern over was enrollment. Hitting 80% by July 1 seemed that was in the staff findings, and being fully staffed. So that would be my only concern about working through that, and I hope we can be collaborative. I'm just looking for maybe that being extended to August when school's actually getting closer to opening, and we will make sure we hit those targets. Do you have any other questions for me?
Yeah. Sugi, can you jump up real quick? So that's something that we can look at and work with the group with, correct?
Absolutely. So we're going to be
We'll
coming back
set
to
the standard, and then if there's an issue, as long as you guys are communicating and we can work together. Okay.
Exactly. So first of all, we're going to be bringing back an MOU to the board for approval anyway. And then with respect to things like this, we've asked, or the resolution essentially provides that discretion is given to the superintendent or designee to extend some of the timelines that are in there.
Perfect. That's my question.
Was there a reason for July 1, just for the fiscal year, or?
Well, so the charter petition starts on July 1, and as an independent study, non-classroom based, they can start anytime that they want. So that was the reason for the July 1.
Oh, got it. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Amanda. All right, 3, public comment. We will now take public comments on this item. Comments are limited to 3 minutes each. If you wish to speak, please hand in a speaker form. Speakers shall direct their comments to the board and are urged to avoid repeating points made by previous speakers. Are there any public comments? No? Okay. Seeing no further speakers on this matter, public comment for this action item is closed. Forrest, clarifying questions from the board. Are there any clarifying questions from the board at this time?
Just on the August date, do we have an actual date for August, or? Okay.
And that's for the 80% you're asking?
80%, yes.
Okay. All right. Fifth, call for a motion.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Oh, wait. Motion to approve with conditions the iLead Flex Charter School Charter and adopt resolution number 2025-2634, approving with conditions the iLead Flex Charter School. Mrs. Mann did the motion.
Second.
And just for clarification, that's 3 conditions.
I have the facility, the SPED MOU,
And then the August 12th.
I don't know if that was a condition though.
To clarify.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
work with them, okay.
So
that's
actually the conditions are 9. There's 9 of them that are set forth in the resolution. I was just specifying a couple of the ones, for your review tonight. So there's 9 of them that are set forth in the resolution.
But,
So,
okay.
so several of them are tied to the MOU that we're going to be bringing back to you. And then, for example, the facility, the special ed MOU, all of those kind of things are already included in the resolution that you're being asked to adopt.
Great. So those are those.
So if I vote yes on this, we got to keep you around longer?
Yeah, a little bit
Okay.
Then,
All right.
of course. All right. If there's no other discussion, all those in favor say say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Thank you, Suki. All right, B, approve Student Enrichment and Recovery Program Agreement, EDS 202526072. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the summer school agreement with Desert Sands as presented. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, seeing none, motion passes. C, review and adopt proposed revisions to BPAR 5132 E 5145.71. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees review and adopt the proposed revisions to BPAR E as presented. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? This is just that dress code update with the others that are listed here. All right, great. Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Motion passes. D, review proposed revisions to board bylaws and exhibits. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees review the proposed revisions to the board bylaws and exhibit as presented. We have them all in front of us. This is a part of our, let's try to get our policies up to date. So it's just reviewing. Okay, 8. Human Resources, action items, AVUHSD/AVTA collective bargaining MOU regarding AVTA president release time. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the agreement with AVTA as presented.
Motion.
Can I get a motion? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. B, declaration of need for fully qualified educators 2026-27. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the attached declaration of need for fully qualified educators as presented. Can I get a motion? Second?
Second.
The discussion, the only thing I want to say is that we're in need of 23 teachers, and I've asked Mr. Nehan, the steps to get them. I have encouraged continued and even more effort with CSUB AV campus. So hopefully that can help a little more as well.
Find those homegrown heroes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, may I have a motion? A vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none? All right, motion passes. C, 2026-27 designation of CIF representatives to league. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the 2026-27 designation of CIF representatives to league. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. All right, motion passes. 9, business services action items. A, approve resolution number 2025-2632, revision of certificate of signatures AVUHSD. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution number 2025-2632, revised certification of signatures AVUHSD. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? I don't know why I'm laughing. B, approve resolution 2025-2633, naming district representatives for state allocation board. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution number 2025-2633, naming district representatives for the state allocation board. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, seeing none, motion passes. C, approval of agreement with Labor Compliance Services Company for Labor and Community Workforce, CWA Compliance Services for bid 3/2526, AV High School District Carpet and LVT Replacement Project. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the agreement with Labor Compliance Services and authorize the Assistant Superintendent or designee to execute the contract on behalf of the district. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Nope. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passes. D, approval to commence formal bidding for the 25-26 multi-site theater drapery replacements. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the commencement of formal bidding and authorize the Assistant Superintendent or designee to review bids and contracts and to execute construction agreements. Can I get a motion? Motion. I will make the motion. Any second? Charles was it? Oh, second. Okay, Charlie seconds. Any discussion? We need new drapery board. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. Motion passes. Thank you. E, approval of measure AVH bond project priority list. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the measure AVH bond project priority list as presented. Can I get a motion? Mr. Hughes motion, second. Discussion, just, hopefully you noted that the bathrooms were moved to priority. There was a couple shifts based on Mr. Hughes' comments and other comments from last meeting, so thank you. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, seeing none, motion passes. Approval of measure AVH bond policy and procedure manual. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the measure AVH bond policy and procedure manual as presented. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any discussion? Just one thing, the bond oversight committee, just for everyone to be aware, there's some unfilled seats, but Mr. Nehan, what was our timeline?
Those will be coming forward in May.
In
to
May,
fill-
okay.
We have one that we need to remove from the existing and one that, and then we'll have 4 vacancies to fill after that.
Madam President, can I just ask a question? We do have some representatives. I know our somebody had a flat tire and they couldn't present for CSCA. But we have some representatives in the back. Does anybody want to do an update or speak? Okay, I just wanted to give you opportunity. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so in May, we'll have some names. Okay. And I have to say, this bond policy manual, whew, it's a doozy. So thank you. And thank you to our voters for passing it. It's going to be great. All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None. All right, motion passes. We have a manual, Mr. Venska. G, approve consulting agreement with School Services of California. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the consulting agreement with School Services of California as presented. Can I get a motion? Second? Any discussion? I just have to say, I'm very excited for this and for the, just a real deep dive into our structured infrastructure and seeing where we're at. And then the board will get a report. And I think, what was the deadline, Mr. Nehan, that I mentioned? Because it was a 6 to 8 weeks, and then the report would be done within the week.
I believe that we said August 1st, but
Okay.
I'd have to go back to my notes.
Okay,
for
so
that.
hopefully by August meeting, we'll have a shortened presentation on the findings. All right, 10, administrative, oh, sorry, I moved too fast. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Being none, motion passes. 10, administrative services action items. Adopt resolution number 2025-2636, establishing the AVUHSD Safe Schools and Responsible Behavior Committee. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees adopt resolution number 2025-2636, establishing the AVUHSD's Safe Schools and Responsible Behavior Committee. I'd like to make the motion. Can I get a second? Any discussion? No? All right. I'm excited for that as well.
I'll withdraw my second. You want a second that?
Second.
All right. No discussions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Motion passes. Okay. Approve consent agenda. A, approve items listed in the following consent agenda categories: educational, human resources, business, and administrative services. Actions proposed for the consent agenda are items consistent with adopted policies and approved practices of the district and are deemed routine in nature. The board will be asked to approve all of the items in the consent agenda by a single vote unless any member of the board asks that an item be removed from the consent agenda to be considered and discussed separately. It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve the items listed in the following consent agenda categories: educational services, human resources, business and administrative services as presented. May I have a motion? Second?
Second.
And then can we just pull for discussion 15, nope, 14A? And all I wanted to, anyone else, I'm sorry. Anyone else? No, okay. This is the donations. Again, just gratitude to all of our donors that have given to the students at our district. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, consent agenda passes. Okay. Let's move to 16 from the board superintendent, Mr. Nehan.
Thank you. A couple things. First off, in honor of Administrative Assistants Day coming up in a couple weeks, I just want to recognize all of our executive assistants, administrative assistants, and all of our staff who support our operations daily. We all know up here, the public, and back there as well, the public focuses on high-level policy and classroom results, and all of us in leadership know that the daily seamless operation of our schools and my office is a direct result of all of your dedication and hard work. You're the first face is Family C, Calm Voices in Crisis, and the keepers of institutional knowledge. You stay the same place, and we all move around. That keeps this district moving forward. We wouldn't function without your contributions, and a thank you to all of our administrative assistants, the one to my left especially, and yeah, give it up. That's what really keeps the organization moving. So thank you to all of you. And then the next piece is our next regularly scheduled board meeting will be moved to Thursday, May 7th at 6 p.m.
Thank you. All right, Mrs. Mann, Trustee Mann.
Thank you, everybody, for being here, for, first of all, making sure that our kids come first. I'm very proud of all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you to the cabinets and the administrators, to my board members, and Mr. Nehan. Thanks for putting up with me.
Mr. Hughes?
Thank you for all that you guys do. I really appreciate you. We couldn't do what we do up here without you. It's truly amazing. I mean, I can't believe we're running down into our potential last year, and some of you have to run elections, and some we might have a vacancy. I don't want to be too premature, but we're going to really miss, if it does happen, that we are going to lose one of our board of directors up here to a bigger and better thing. But I personally think it's happening, but I thought it was going to happen a long time. I'm telling you, I knew it a long time ago. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes. Trustee Hernandez?
Yes, I want to just say thank you, same thing to my fellow board members and to Greg and the cabinet. It's been very exciting, very new. I feel like I came here very, very green, and I just want to thank all of you for your guidance. Carla, working next to you has been just extremely, you're the real deal. For those of you that don't really know, Carla is the real deal. I mean, most of us are learning the process, but what you've done since I've been here, you're one of the most incredible people. It's been an honor to work next to. And our children and the staff, you guys are so lucky to have someone like her. I wish we could share more about the behind the scenes and what she does, and when she walks in with these big packets like that with bookmarks and highlights and a red pen. I couldn't tell you just the honor it has been to work next to you, and we are very lucky to have you here. And then the teachers and the staff, I think I shared today that my perspective has changed 360 degree. From the first day I met every single one of you till today, I I couldn't be more honored. Same thing to work alongside of you. I am so proud, and wherever I set foot inside the schools or outside the schools, I wholeheartedly express the commitment that each and every one of you do every day with our students. I express it sincerely because I've seen it firsthand. And I share it, as you know, because I love social media. So I share as much of it as I can, your smiles, your hard work, your dedication, the fruits of your labor. It was one thing to see all three of my children graduate from this school district, but it is another to see your hard work. The principals, the educators, the bus drivers, the infrastructure of 3,000 people coming together for one shared commitment is just unimaginable to I think the community, but I have had that honor and privilege, and I couldn't be more grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. And again, everyone, thank you so much for allowing me to be in this seat. And I know Mr. Hughes has mentioned our terms are up, but I am not going anywhere. I really believe my work is not done here. So I went to visit some schools. I saw our amazing cafeterias of the new, the furniture. That's it, and the painting. It's amazing, amazing, and there's just a lot of work. I feel like I'm here a lot in meeting Mr. Nehan. So, Mr. Nehan, thank you for your time, and to my board members. We have so much fun because we all have the same passion for kids and the schools, and I'm just very honored. So thank you so much. Okay, 17, closed session. Here's this. All right, we're going to move to 17B. During the closed session, the board considered a public employee discipline, dismissal, release, reassignment, non-reelect. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the resignation agreement for employee number 81192. 17D, may I please have a motion to approve administrative hearing panel recommendations for student expulsions and to order as presented the expulsion of 6 students.
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. 17E, during closed session, the board considered claim number 260324001. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to reject the claim. Item 17G, during closed session, the board considered case number 19AVCV00188, settlement 1. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the settlement. Item 17H, during the closed session, the board considered case number 19AVCV00188, settlement 2. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the settlement. 17I, during closed session, the board considered case number 25AVCV00227, settlement 1. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the settlement. Item 17J, during the closed session, the board considered case number 25AVCV00227, settlement 2. By a vote of 4-0, the board took action to approve the settlement. All right, it's time to go home. It is recommended that the board adjourn this meeting. Can I get a motion? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Good night, everybody.